Okay, welcome everyone. It is time for another of Martyn's top 10 TVC Most Wanted. And this week we look at the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, a series that both of us really enjoyed. I'd only seen it for the first time recently, I suppose. But Martyn, a lot of characters in this one, and only 6 so far in the Vintage Collection, which are VC 212 up to 217. So fair few left.
Yeah, I mean we've both said in the past when we've talked about it on For the Love of Star Wars, we both love this show, and it's infinitely rewatchable, I think. And it's got loads of great characters, most of which we've already seen, in the prequels and in the other Clone Wars. But there are some in there that never appeared again. So it was quite tough to pick these out, to be honest with you, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people disagreeing with my choices, but these are just personal favourites of mine and ones I would love to see on a vintage card.
Cool. Shall we get into it then?
Yep, absolutely.
Number 10 for Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars.
Okay, number 10, I have gone for the Jedi Knight Shaggy. Who's the Jedi who is facing off against General Grievous at the end of season 2, and and he gets pretty much immediately wiped out by General Grievous. And I picked him because I thought he was quite a funny character, because obviously he's meant to be a representation of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Hence the name, and he looks just like him as well in animation form. I just think he's funny. It's a funny little nod, for no other reason than that, because he doesn't actually do much in the episode other than get killed. But I thought I'd add a bit of fun to the vintage collection and added him. So number 10, Shaggy.
I like it. Not your usual Jedi. You wouldn't expect him to make a Jedi, but he's a Padawan, I suppose. So
true. Yeah.
Okay, number 9.
Okay, number 9, I've gone for my favourite character in Star Wars, but we've never had him as a hologram before. Darth Sidious. He appears a few times in the series as a whole, as a hologram. I quite like his look in the Clone Wars as well. I mean, I think obviously the figures that we would produce for these cards would obviously have, be realistic representations of them, but that doesn't matter. As I say, we haven't had a holographic Darth Sidious before, so I'd really like to see that, and especially as we've now got the Jedi spirits of Qui-Gon, Yoda, and Obi-Wan. It wouldn't be too difficult to do a holographic one, I'm sure, if you've got that sort of thing going. I mean, they're essentially pretty much the same, aren't they? So number 9, holographic Darth Sidious.
Nice. Okay, number 8 then.
Okay, number 8. I feel like there's not enough representation of Padme in much of our choices. So I've gone for Padme in the all-white outfit that she wears on the snow planet in season 1 of Gendy's Clone Wars. It's a very, those episodes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, if that long. So I mean, I like the look of it. It's not like something we've seen her in before. It's kind of like, the puffer jacket, with the hood, with the fluffy bits around it. But I thought it was a cool look. As I say, I'd like to see more Padme figures. So number 8, Padme.
Yep. Alrighty. Number 7 then.
Okay, number 7, I've gone for Anakin Skywalker. But I've gone for the one where it's the season 3 episode where his arm's exposed, so you just see his robotic arm, and he's got all the tats on him from the natives on that planet. And I suppose you could have it so that later on in the episode, when his arm is blown off, you could like have a detachable arm as well, accessory wise. I mean, I know they brought this figure out already in the Clone Wars figure line. What was it? The Cartoon Network figure line. I've got them just here to my left. But it'd be cool to see a realistic representation of this in the vintage collection. So number 7, Anakin Skywalker.
Is that one you have on the 30th anniversary as well? Same one?
I can't think off the top of my head. I don't. My inclination is to say no, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall it being in that card, but who knows?
All right. Number 6 then.
Okay, number 6. I say is Sacy-Teen, but it's Sacy-Teen when we see him in the Battle of Coruscant, and he's above Coruscant, and he's about to get a new ship, and he's obviously got those horns that sort of come down to the side, and he whacks that helmet
His
on, and he
helmet,
just
yeah.
and he just jumps off into space. So I've kind of labelled this one Sacy-Teen spacesuit, and I think that looks awesome. That helmet he puts on,
Yeah, it's cool.
It looks really, really cool. So that that would be an awesome figure and an awesome card back. So yeah, number 6, Sacy-Teen.
I think that's a really cool pick, actually. Yeah, I really like that one. But that's your first 5 of your 10. I think, Martyn, we've only got 3 episodes left to record of this now before we do the viewer's choice, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish it was only
Okay.
2, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, well, make sure you keep those characters coming in the comments then, and let us know your thoughts of any that Martyn has missed, because there's a lot to choose from in the Genndy Clone Wars. But we need to find out what's left in Martyn's list. So let's get on to number 5, shall we?
Okay, number 5, I've gone for Obi-Wan's nemesis from the first season of the Clone Wars, and that's Dirge. I know he's been in the Cartoon Network line, and I'm fairly sure he was in another line as well. I just can't remember right now which one it was. It might have been a Clone Wars card, actually, because they carded figure, but he's a great character, and I just love the fact that he can't really be destroyed. Like Obi-Wan, blows him up essentially, and he manages to fit himself back together again. So you could make it so like C-3PO did back in the vintage Kenner, have his arms and legs actually able to come off, so that you can you could recreate that if you wanted to.
I think with enough force, any of them can do
True.
that, to be honest.
True. Putting them back together though is another thing
That's the
altogether.
other thing. Yeah. All right. That's good. Good
Yeah,
pick.
number 5, Dirge. I as I say, I think it would be a big bubble on the card, but yeah, it would be worth it.
Yeah, it's a great character. Yeah. On to number 4 then.
Okay, number 4, I've gone for Roran Korob, who's the Ithorian Jedi, who is one of the Jedi who's protecting Palpatine when he's trying to escape Grievous kidnapping him in season 3.
Yeah,
I think I think we've talked in length about this guy and how cool he is in the show, and how cool it was to see an Ithorian as a Jedi. I mean, if you want to hear more about us waxing lyrical about this character, and possibly one that's coming up, go back and watch our For the Love of Star Wars episode with Keith Guppy about Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, because it's a great episode. We really enjoyed recording that one, didn't we?
Yeah. Very powerful throat.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. On to number 3 then.
Okay, number 3 is Fal Mudama, again, and the other Jedi who was protecting Palpatine from Grievous. I mean, we have had these figures before, to be fair, but we haven't had them obviously on a vintage card. So I'm trying to remember what is it? What's his species? A Bith? No, not a Bith. Oh, come on, Martyn, you know this. This is why I probably fail the quiz so much.
I
towels.
I was going to say I've not got the species.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a towels, but again, really great character. He doesn't say anything obviously other than but that's fine. It was great. You got the story, and I can't really say much more than that. Would love to see him on a vintage card.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 2.
Okay, number 2, I've gone for another Jedi, a shocker, that's also in the Battle of Coruscant, and it's Vulvith Mon, and he's a Shivastanian, I want to say. Yeah, Shivastavenan. I can't say it. If I pronounced it wrong, please don't write in the comments. Yeah, he's kind of like the wolf-like character, a bit like obviously what's his name? Oh my god,
Ariel Shoes.
No, Ariel Shoes. Yeah. But isn't see? I always get confused. Laxivrak. That's the one I was trying to think of. Is he? I always get confused because one is not the same as the other. And one of them was also Captain Brutus, wasn't he? And I'm sure he was a
Yeah,
Shiverstein and
yeah,
in not the Acolyte, sorry, Skeleton Crew. But yeah, he's a great character in this as well.
yeah.
And you know, he's got some great sort of fighting scenes that we see in this. So yeah, I would like to see him on a vintage card, and you know, having all three of those together with when we could use a Yoda that's already produced, you know, you could have him in a diorama or something, you know, recreating that scene. So it would be a great idea to do him, I think.
Yeah, a fair few Jedi in those. In the list, I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But there's one more left. Come on, let's have your number one for Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars.
Okay, now I'm gonna get a lot of grief for this because they kind of have produced this figure already in the vintage collection. But they did it under a Clone Wars, you know, Dave Filoni, George Lucas Clone Wars card
Right.
with, and the figure is Obi-Wan Kenobi with his clone armor. But I don't believe, and I'm just going to quickly look up there. No, he doesn't. He never came with a cloak.
Right.
So my way of getting around this is you reproduce that figure, make an all new sculpt, make the armor a bit better than what we see in the older one. Although they did re-release it, to be fair, and then add the cloak, and you know, hey presto, you've got the definitive Obi-Wan Kenobi, Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars figure of Obi-Wan in clone armor. And I know what you're going to say, they've already done it, but I don't think they have really already done it. I think that's a cop out. So my number one pick is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I don't know. The rules we set when we first started this, Martin.
Yeah.
No reproduce, no repro, or anything like that. If they've already got the figure, I don't know. I'm not having that.
Well,
my choice, if I was going to pick my choice, it's going to be Roran Korob because I love that Ithorian. He is cool. So
yeah,
I'm going to go with him. Although
yeah.
the Stacey Tin is quite appealing with that spacesuit, I've got to say.
Yeah. But
there's so many good picks.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many great characters in this show. You could pick. There's so many obscure background characters, just like there is in Star Wars in general. So, yeah, it was actually a joy to sort of research and do this one. So
yeah, absolutely. But that's not all there is. So we need a bonus vehicle or creature or playset.
Okay, well, to pull the curtain back, I made these lists months and months ago, and my pick was the LAT gunship. Obviously, prior to HasLab being announced, and I really wanted the one that they produced on another line with the graphic on the red teeth on the front. You know, but I decided to change it because of the HasLab coming out, and I've gone for Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter, and this is kind of like an episode 2 Jedi Starfighter that he's like modded, and it's got like a fin at the back of it, and then 2 engines underneath it, and it's got this really cool design where the astromech goes in the center of the ship, and then coming out from the astromech's dome, you have these 6 white lines, so it looks a little bit like the Japanese flag in a way. I don't know if you've got a picture of it up there in front of you. I really love the design. I mean, it's not the same
kind of a rising sun rather than the Japanese flag sort of
sorry,
thing.
Sorry, the rising sun. Yeah, beg your pardon. But yeah, it's a really cool little Jedi Starfighter that's definitely been modded for this show or by Anakin himself. So that would be very cool to see in a vintage collection.
I like that. That's a really good vehicle pick. But it's not about what I like, it's about what the viewers like. And if they enjoyed Martin's picks, so please do let us know in the comments. And of course, let us know your top picks for the Genndy series. Right, what are we going to be covering next episode, Martin?
Well, I've wanted to do this episode for a long time, but it's a delicate episode. It's going to be the expanded universe.
Ooh, nice. Excellent. So subscribe and come back so you don't miss that one. Hit like on this video. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you later.